The mindset for attainment is blocking in everything, blocking even Nibbana. It has nothing to do with the path or the results. This kind of mindset is blocking. Even the expectation for the Buddhahood or something like that is also blocking the blessing. Have to wait for blessing whenever time we don't know, instead of using Nibbana to bless continuously. So this mindset is the hindrance for everything. Even the expectation for the enlightenment is still a hindrance. Even already succeeded as an Arahant, also blocking the blessing from the Arahants, because this kind of mindset is being specific. Therefore, just no grasping for the non-grasping itself. This is the conclusion of direct Nirodha and Nibbana. Not attached to the non-attachment itself for everything, for everything, for everything. Because this is the perfection of the Buddha that is already blessing as it is. There is no need to wait for certain time in the future. At the present, just bless instantly. However, use the key of Nirodha and Nibbana to bless. This is not about not attached to anything, not attached even to the non-attachment itself for everything simultaneously. For everything, not attached to the non-attachment itself. It's not about not attached to anything. With everything, discard the discarding itself. This is not discarding everything. Otherwise, it's gonna block the blessing in everything. It's blocking. For the Mahaparami, the great perfection, it is the essence of discard the discarding itself. Then it is simultaneously blessing samsara. This is not discarding all things. This is not about let go or discard all things. It has to let go of the letting go itself. Then the blessing is simultaneously there. For everything, with everything, let go of the letting go itself simultaneously. Discard the discarding itself simultaneously. Not attached to the non-attachment itself simultaneously. Conclusion of Nirodha and Nibbana without separating or dividing time of the Buddha era. Simultaneously use the essence to purify, to bless samsara continuously. The conclusion must be continuous for blessing. Think of everything. Think of everything. Stimulate. Remind yourself with the essence. This is the instantaneous in blessing. For everything. With everything simultaneously, not attached to the non-attachment itself. This is instantaneous blessing. Stimulate. Remind oneself with this note, with this key note, in blessing. Instantaneous in reminding for blessing. The rest, as samsara within and without, will be blessed, will be purified simultaneously. There is no need to think of what is there or not, what is finished or not, until samsara is ended. There is no need to come back to oneself, what is there that is stuck and remains. Think of everything and remind oneself with the keynotes constantly. With everything, step back to disengage from disengaging itself, not grasping for the non-grasping itself. With everything, let go of the letting go itself, give up the giving up itself. Remind for the blessing instantaneously and continuously. Wherever it is, it's the same. It's the same. Proceed simultaneously with everything. Not attached to the non-attachment simultaneously, discard the discarding itself simultaneously. Continue to remind oneself, stimulate oneself, then everything that is maintained will be purified automatically. This is not about the path to the enlightenment. Whether it is worldly or transcendental, is still the same thing, still a path and the result. We have to purify it right away. The path and the result has the one who acts and then taking on its action. Let's purify the creator of one's own deed and the result of one's own action. We have to constantly remind oneself with the keynote, constantly. This is not about sustaining the mindfulness, not that. This is not grasping even the non-grasping itself. The maintaining itself is the path and the result, and one will be stuck as such. It's impossible to proceed simultaneously with samsara, for everything is about blessing. The blind spot is the mindset for attainment. No matter what matter or what issues, it is all derived from the mindset for attainment or to get something from it. That's the key, the blind spot, the mindset to get something. Once declaring renunciation and cancel all these mindsets, then reminders that has nothing to do with taking anything into oneself. For example, let go of the letting go itself is not about getting the letting go. Trying to let go is still taking on something. Trying to let go is still taking on, taking the letting go, grasping the letting go. Not attached to the non-attachment itself. It doesn't grasp for the non-attachment. Therefore, it's possible to be universal with samsara by nibbana as blessing. Let's conclusion everything as a universally blessing. It is the purification of the conclusion that doesn't grasp itself. In this way, it will be proceeding simultaneously with samsara, cut through simultaneously, cutting within the cutting itself simultaneously, cutting the deluded knowing and helping through the cutting is simultaneously proceeding with samsara. Simultaneous enlightenment proceeding simultaneously with the enlightenment internally and externally. The effort to discard is still grasping for the discarding. Therefore, step back for everything, discard the discarding itself. This will turn into purifying samsara without limits. This is called sunyata nibbana, purifying samsara. Use it for ever blessing. It has nothing to do with any Buddha eras. This samsara is not ended in certain Buddha era. It means that every Buddha era is one with samsara, simultaneously. Therefore, all the wishes for the future Buddha era and Buddhahood, it looks good. But actually, every Buddha era has to be one with samsara. It's not ended at certain Buddha era, and it's not individual ending. The Buddhas and Mahabuddhas still holding space forever for samsara. Not ended and that's it. Still helping through ending. The infinite force still purifying, helping through ending forever. This is unlike what samsara is thinking, like ending and gone. Still, they are still amid samsara, still holding space as blessing, purifying samsara. It's subjected to appearing or not, that's all. Therefore, with everything, if there is the mindset to get, and that kind of wishes, it's still blocking the blessing, blocking nibbana, blocking the blessing, and it's delaying. Because whatever one want to get, it becomes realm of existence, and it's stuck there. The boundlessness for samsara has to be given at all times. Always, always. No grasping even for the non-grasping itself right away. Not attached even to the non-attachment itself for everything continuously. This is not about the creator and the one who take on one's own deed. Purify the creator and the one who takes on one's actions. The reminder of the great compassion, the reminder of the blessing has to be always there. Discard the refuge within Dhamma, discard the discarding itself. It will discard all types of the refuge in Dhamma. For everything, with everything, discard the discarding itself. It will discard all types of refuge in Dhamma. With everything, discard the discarding itself, no grasping for the non-grasping itself. Automatically, it will be the purification of the boundlessness for samsara. The reminder of the blessing, the reminder of the great compassion. Remind oneself, stimulate with these reminders the effort in blessing. The stimulation is there because it's the effort for blessing, for purifying samsara, to conclude for samsara towards ending. This effort is formed up continuously. The great compassion is formed up continuously. The blessing has to be formed up. Otherwise, the great compassion will not be proceeded. The effort in this stimulation is the effort in blessing. Conclude right away with everything. Discard the discarding itself, let go of the letting go itself. There is no need to let go of anything. Otherwise, samsara will not get the benefits from it. For Mahabarami, the great perfection, if let go of anything, it's impossible to bless samsara. Let go of the letting go itself, then samsara will gain the benefit from it. If let go of all things, then all things will not be blessed. Let go of the letting go itself, then all things will be blessed. The great compassion are not the one who is the creator or the one who consumes one's own actions, as the samsara thought. They purify. They are not sustaining or upholding samsara or the world. They purify the worlds and samsaras. Therefore, let's conclude well. It's significant in the keynote. Whether there are karmic difficulties, whatever types or not, it has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with the karmic difficulties. Let's purify internally and externally simultaneously. Even there are no karmic difficulties privately, but the karmic difficulties of samsara is still there. It's awaiting and it's tremendous. We cannot reject that or deny that. We have to continue to purify onwards. Karmic difficulties of oneself is very tiny bit, but samsara is tremendous. Therefore, we have to give no attention to one's own karmic difficulties. forever blessed, forever purified. Blessing is always forever and continuous. The first great Buddha still holding the space as blessing samsara forever and ever, as usual. Not just the Mahabodhisattvas who wish to bless samsara forever until ending of samsara. However, since the first great Buddha and all the Buddhas still holding space to bless forever for samsara. Not just the Mahabodhisattvas who wish to bless samsara forever, not only them, but since the first great Buddha still holding space to bless samsara forever without making another wish again. We just have to be aligned with the essence of let go of the letting go itself. There is no need to create a belief value in a new way in terms of trying to let go, having to discard anything, trying to refrain or abstain from anything, refrain from the refraining itself, abstain from the abstaining itself instead. Simultaneously with everything, this is the great compassion in itself. It's still a great compassion. Let go of the letting go itself instead of letting go of something. This is the great compassion of helping through unwinding and releasing continuously. Purify the belief values in terms of the path to the Arahants, the path to become the four entries of the enlightenment as Sodapanna, Sakataka, Anakami, and the Arahants. Let's not be obsessed with the path to the enlightenment. Look at samsara, look at the beings. Let's not be obsessed with just the path and the result of the path. The conclusion of the enlightenment of Nibbana has been given already. Don't be obsessed with private enlightenment. Let's proceed simultaneously with everything. Let go of the letting go itself, not to aim for let go of anything. With everything, discard the discarding itself is not aiming to discard something. Let's proceed simultaneously with everything. Let's not divide in details. That is karmic habits. Don't waste the time anymore. With everything, give up the giving up itself instead. There is no need to divide, to become a path and the result as one's own habits anymore. No need. With this, it will be instantly helping through ending. Each sentence will help end continuously. Each sentence is like the Buddha's words already. Each sentence is the enlightened ones. Each sentence is the great compassion in itself already. Why deludedly let go to create preoccupation in it? Let go of the letting go itself, it will give ending to the preoccupation. Solitude, the solitude itself, instead. Not to be deludedly secluding from anything. Seclude from the seclusion itself instead. It will purify the grasping for seclusion. It will purify the grasping mind because it's still an obstacle. Seclude from the seclusion itself. It will purify the grasping mind. In conclusion, there is no need to waste the time to divide with the path and the fruit of the path. It's a waste of time. Let's conclude simultaneously, instantly, through Nirodha and Nibbana. There are no need to become with obligation in steps. It's a waste of time. In helping samsara, there is no need to divide certain types of perfection in this way and that way. It's a waste of time to help bless samsara. Having to create steps is the delay in helping samsara. It's the delay in helping through ending for samsara. The perfection is already awaiting, but is still blocking because of the wishes for the Buddhahood. Because actually, the perfection that is there is already the perfection for the Buddhahood already. But the mindset to get or to attain is still blocking oneself from blessing. In one sentence, is already capable of blessing samsara through the enlightenment, through nibbana. Everything is already concluded in every Buddha era. Therefore, use this conclusion for samsara. There is no need to copy something that is indirect in various ways. Not attached even to the non-attachment itself with everything. It's not about not attached to anything. Not attached to anything is dividing samsara from nibbana. How can there be any blessing? With everything not attached to the non-attachment itself, it will not separate samsara from nibbana. Instead, it will turn into nibbana and samsara blessing each other continuously. It's clear, no? Wherever it is amidst samsara. Therefore, bless samsara amidst everything as usual. Proceed with everything by ways of let go of the letting go itself, instantly. When there is a conversation among one another, don't stay away from the essence. Reflect within the conclusion itself only.